YouTube? I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to be working on that eBay Turbo Integra. I installed a boost controller, and I'm going to explain to you why I installed that boost controller coming up right now. Alright, the boost controller that I installed is this one right here, the TurboSmart boost controller. I got it off eBay. This is the part number, item number, whichever way you want to call it. I put it right here. If you can see that bad boy right here. Okay, so right now the boost controller is all the way closed. It got reverse threads. But the thing is, this car has a boost cut programmed into the ECU, and I keep triggering it, man. And if anybody ever has boost cut, it's annoying. It's almost like redlining the car before you actually redline it. So I have the controller closed right now, but I'm still triggering the boost cut. That's because the spring in my wastegate putting out too much PSI. As you can see, that bad boy is tucked all the way down there. So the easiest way to get to it is to take off the front bumper. I need to put a smaller spring in that wastegate. So when the boost controller is all the way closed, I want it to be at about 4-5 PSI, then I can adjust it. My boost cut activated at like 10 PSI, so I'm gonna try to put it at like 9.5 or something like that, and then it'll keep it from triggering the boost cut. Cause I can't dip the way I wanna dip with that boost cut kicking in. So I'm gonna take this front bumper off. For those who don't know how to take off a front bumper for Integra, you got one screw chow. You got about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 going across chow. It's 2 under the bottom and 1 more in each corner by the wheel well. So let's get to it. Alright, here we go. I got the front bumper up. As you can see, got my initials on there as a family. And it's easier to get to the wastegate with the front bumper on. So I'm going to take this top part off to the wastegate, put a softer spring in there, and we should be good. I got all these wastegate springs. That one's for the Camaro. I got this bad boy out of there. It's a 1.5, you know what I'm saying? So with the boost controller closed, I should only get 1.5 PSI. And then I can adjust it up from 1.5 with the boost controller. So I might put that one in. Those are just different wastegates over the years of messing with these turbo cars. I had a little fun with that little Star Wars mask. My children be running around the house with that thing. It's funny the way it alters your voice. But anyway, I got a lighter spring in there. Dang it, I put them away. That one that was in there was pretty stiff, so no wonder I was getting up to 10 PSI. I put a lighter spring in there, put it all back together. So just need to put on my front bumper. You know what? I ain't the type be driving around with no bumper on, but it should be alright. I'm gonna put my front bumper back on, but it would be easier to leave it off, go for that spin, see what a PSI at, and then put it back on. I'll figure it out, but I need to go for a spin. Got one more problem I'm gonna show y'all. It's always something, folks. I pulled my S2000 out, and look, it got water up under it. Now I gotta see why my S2000 is leaking water. This one I changed the put a lighter spring in, but it's still gonna be harder for me to figure out where the PSI is because my stupid boost gauge don't want to work. So that's another thing I gotta check out. Look at this thing. Alright, let's see here. Long as it's beeping, it'll work. But when it stops beeping, it don't want to work no more. Let me make sure I'm in neutral. to get my dip on while it's flashing because it's showing. See that? Once it stopped beeping, it don't want to work no more, man. It's weird. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? This one ain't kicked in yet. It usually, there it go. So my AFR is good. Running a little rich, still moving up. Kind of sort of. That's a cold start, so you're going to run a little rich on cold start. But anyway, this one is the dang on problem, man. It's not working. It's not reading the dang on boost, the vacuum pressure. So that could be hard for me to determine where my where my boost is if my boost gauge ain't working. But anyway, that's another story, bro. Turn this stupid thing off. Now let me explain one more time why I'm doing all this. I was getting up to 10 PSI. I got a 10 PSI boost cut program in the ECU. You could be in first, second gear only doing like 3,000 RPM. If you get 10 PSI worth of boost, the ECU will cut power and you just lost your race. So I'm trying to control the PSI with this TurboSmart boost controller and try to get it just right. Try to get as much PSI I can get before it hit that 10 and cut power. But that's why I need my boost gauge to work so I know where I'm at. But I'm gonna figure this out, y'all. I'm gonna figure it out. So this is all the way closed, reverse thread. So if I turn it to my left, it'll open, and you know, the more you open it, the more PSI you get. So right now I should be only getting about 5-7 PSI, hopefully. And then I can adjust the rest with this controller right here. I want to get it at like 9.5, barely touching 10, and get it to stay right there so I can continue to get my dip on without activating that stupid boost cut. The boost cut is cool. I'm pretty sure it didn't save me a bunch of times, because if I'm going over PSI and it's catching it, then that's a good thing. So I can't complain. I just need to get this thing dialed in to the point to where it don't touch that 10 PSI and activate that boost cut. So let me get the car on the ground and take this thing for a spin and see where I'm at. Alright, so I got everything back together, about to go for a spin and see what its boost is. My gauge still ain't working, but it's all good. I'm gonna figure it out. Let's get this party started. I'm about to do it with the butt dyno. That feel about 5. It's not getting up to 10. I don't hear the boost cut. So that's good. Now I can adjust it up from there.
isn't a PSI either. That's why it's good to have a gauge to kind of show you where you at. But just because you got one click don't mean you just went up 1 PSI. You just gotta play with it and get it where you want it to be. Sounding like that. Some cars just shouldn't sound like that. It's too big to be sounding like that. Alright, so it's been like 2 days. 2 days later, I forgot to close out the video. So what I ended up doing, I just gave it 1 click on the boost controller, and so far it's cool. It pulled a little stronger, and on the street it didn't hit the boost cut. So I believe I should be good, but without an actual boost gauge, I don't know where I'm at. So I need to wait till I get a boost gauge. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I ain't getting no track, but that revved up pretty high, so if it was gonna hit boost cut, it would have did it. But like I say, thank y'all for tuning in. So far it's a success until I get a boost controller. A boost gauge. But like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Hey.